Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True.
It's talking about who the Rome ignorantly called Jesus Christ, which his name is Yahweh Shah.
Right.
Go ahead.
And in righteousness, he do judge and make war.
So he's coming back to make war, man, in righteousness. Because he has a lot of pent-up anger in righteousness, man. The scriptures say the Lord is angry with the wicked every day. We remember what you devils did. And when he comes back, he's going to know that you devils are going to try to fight against him in his army, man. So he going to come back and he going to, hey, man, you ain't never seen the angriest black man that ever existed, man. You ain't never experienced that.
And with heavenly power.
With heavenly power, right? A man so angry, he gonna do something to you that no man on the earth can do to you. It's gonna be a heavenly power, man. Go ahead, huh? Yeah, read down to, read all the way down to verse 20. And then we're gonna go to go ahead, huh?
His eyes were as a flame of fire, and his head were many crowns, and on his head were many crowns.
And on his head were many crowns, which symbolizes the other kingdoms that he's gonna take down and conquer in this war.
But you talking about what he gonna do? Talking about that?
He's gonna take down NATO. He's gonna take down the EU. He's gonna take down all these nations. He's gonna take down ISIS, all the different groups that this devil funds.
Like,
He's gonna take them
sucker
down.
punch and shit. You get what I'm saying? Nah. Ain't gonna be, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I got you.
He,
So,
right.
and he had a name written that no man knew, but he himself. And he was clothed with the vesture dipped in blood.
And that symbolizes the amount of bloodshed that's going to occur on the earth when he makes his return. Because it's going to be a lot of dead bodies, man. The angels are going to be getting busy. It's already going to be people killing each other. Because it's going to be tribulation. It's going to be tribulation. It's going to be trouble, man. It's going to be a lot of people dead from gunshot wounds, blast, you know, bombs, knife wounds, from laser beams. There's going to be a lot of blood from cannibalism. There's going to be some drastic, some way out shit, man.
All right, no, man. I ain't got to
That's what's coming.
I'm listening to y'all, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating. But I'm blessing, I'm saved. You know what I mean?
All right, man.
And his name is called the Word of the Most High.
Yep.
And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses.
That's talking about the angels. When they come, they gonna feel the sky. It's gonna be dark because they come in with those ships, which the so-called white man calls a UFO. That's not them, are not no UFOs, man. They're not unidentified. We understand them to be the vehicles of the angels, which are known as the chariots of Israel. All right, and they gonna come back and they gonna shake you people's. You gonna be bugged out your minds when you see them appear. Because they're gonna come down, man. Usually when they sight the sight of the chariots, they further into the atmosphere, man. But this is when they come. They're gonna actually come down. You're gonna see them right before your eyes, close up, man. Go ahead.
That's why
They're gonna come in different shapes and sizes, and they're gonna come in their glory. Go ahead, huh?
And the armies which were in heaven followed upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
Yep.
And out of his mouth goeth the sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations.
Hey, so the Lord has his own sword that he's gonna use when he comes back and fight against you, the armies of you other nations. You know?
And then
the Iranian army, the Russian army,
or the Lord.
or military.
I love y'all.
You know
Gotta
what I'm
pussy,
saying?
keep it pussy and get moved, but
The Lord gonna
Man,
use
something like
his
that.
own sword. And it ain't gonna be the same sword that he blessed you devils with. It's gonna be spiritual.
that's all the for the words on.
Read that again, up.
It says, the armies which were, sharp sword, verse 15, it says, and out of his mouth goeth the sharp sword,
Yep.
that with it he should smite the nations.
Yep. So what does that mean? Have you seen that movie War of the Worlds or Independence Day and other movies as such, you know, Battle Los Angeles or whatever? They show you how those particular UFOs always were shooting laser beams and destroying shit. Well, the angels of the Lord, they got concentrated fire that they're gonna be shooting at you other nations. Mainly towards you so-called white people, man. You're gonna be going tit for tat and you're gonna lose. Because your sword ain't gonna be able to penetrate or it's not gonna be able to touch any of the Lord's hosts, man. You might shoot a missile and it's probably gonna go right through the chariot. Or the chariot could disappear.
Right.
You know? Go ahead.
It says, and he shall rule them with the rod of iron.
Yep. And that's talking about when we get you in slavery. When you finally got brought down.
And that's what's lucky, bro. But that goes to show you guys that y'all ain't acting righteous. The righteous way to rule over these other nations, man, it's not by marching. You're trying to ask for equality and for peace. That's not what it's about. You have to rule over them with a rod of iron.
That's the only way we gonna get our peace, man. Is if we ruling over them. We got to take it.
They ain't gonna give it. We gotta take it from them by ways that we render them powerless. The first way is spiritually this way. The next way is literally with the forces of the Heavenly Father.
Yep. That's what we waiting on. We waiting on that power so we can physically take this devil down. You know? The Lord said, wait ye upon me and I'll rise you to the prey.
Right.
You know? He gonna give us that power. So just imagine how drastic it's gonna be to have not only just the Lord, but his angels and even his men all waging war and taking you devils down, destroying you and putting you in captivity. That's what the Bible is preaching.
That's right. When you understand it, it's like it. Well, when you understand it in its proper context.
Yep.
Not that old love everybody. When you read this book, it ain't that much love going on. There's brotherly love and a lot of that. When we fight it between us, but for everybody else, it's bad, man. It's war in this time right now. For everybody else, including the 2/3 of his own nation.
Yep.
So soup kitchens to feed our homeless and poor people ain't it.
Yep.
You feed them with this word. That's
right.
how you sup with the Lord.
That's right.
And he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and the wrath of the Almighty Yahweh.
That's right. Go ahead. And you can read about that in Isaiah the 63rd chapter. And where it prophesies that the Lord, who you call Jesus Christ, he basically symbolized the amount of bloodshed that he was going to cause you so-called white people for all the bloodshed that you didn't cause of his people.
That's right.
And he likened it unto stumping on grapes in that wine press, that it got his garment extra bloody.
Yep, that blood spotted.
You know? Like when you in a wine press and you just stomp on grapes and that juice from the grape is squirting and getting all over your white apron.
Yep.
The Lord gonna come back and avenge the blood of his saints. And that prophecy was mainly geared towards Mount Seir,
Right.
which is the land of you so-called white people.
It symbolizes you so-called white people because everywhere is a people before it's a place.
Yep.
So he named the place where you guys are from. You guys got pushed off from the Mount Seir. Esau did. Edom.
Yep.
Which today is known as Petra or Petra.
Yep.
means not. Anyway, it says, and he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw
Because the Lord's gonna be exalted in that day, man.
right.
He gonna be the kings of kings. There ain't gonna be no other kings on the earth, man.
Yep.
You know? You're gonna have King David, but you're gonna have the ultimate king, Yahweh Shai, man. The King of Kings. Go ahead.
And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying, to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them.
So that means that there's gonna be so many dead mighty men out there in the war after they tried to fight with Yahweh Shai and the angels. It's gonna be so much death, man.
That's symbolic.
And also that's why one of the first employments that the elites is gonna have is to bury the dead bodies. That's gonna be all over the land. You know?
I just want to say that was symbolic to all the levels that he's going to destroy. He's going to destroy all the mighty men on all the levels, the high up, the mid levels, the low levels, all of y'all.
Yep. You're gonna be literally dead, and also your empire, your kingdoms are gonna be dead.
Right.
So that means that when you're in captivity, you're dead. You know?
And the flesh of all men,
And the flesh of all men.
both free and bond, both small and great.
And you so-called Arabs, you're gonna be in that pit. You so-called Africans, you're gonna be in that pit.
Right.
You so-called you gooks, you're gonna be in the pit. You East Indians, you coolies, you're gonna be in the pit. All the nations, all the heathen nations, Japhet, you Samoans, you pig roasting ass Samoans and Tuggans, and you Filipinos, you want to be Jake ass gooks, man. You're gonna be in the pits. You're not gonna have an inheritance for 1,000 years.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beast and the king of the earth and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army.
So that's going back to that war when the Lord appears. You're gonna think that you're gonna have so much pride, even after seeing the destruction of America. The nations outside of America is gonna try to fight with the Lord, man.
Right.
And that's that beast that's gonna be given to the flame. The Lord just gonna wipe you out.
It says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that brought miracles before him. Tell me who that false prophet is.
That false prophet is pretty much the Roman Catholic Church, man.
Right, and all
The Roman system.
religion that comes from it.
Yep.
Right. It says, and the false prophet with him, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that brought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that have received the mark of the beast, and with them that work.